Hi everyone, Gordon here, and today I'm at Woody's RV in Abbotsford. Now if you watch one of our recent videos, you'll know that we took a look at the panoramic perspective. It's on the Ford Transit chassis. And today I'm here to take a look at the Panoramic G. Now this one's on the Promaster chassis, and the heating and hot water systems actually run off the fuel in your gas tank, hence the G. We'll do a short walkthrough, take a closer look at the interior layout, the systems, and talk about some of the small design details that Panoramic consistently seems to get right. Okay, well up front you've got a proper dinette, something that we really appreciate in a Class B. The table has a built-in extension and it swivels so that you can position the extension kind of wherever you want it, whether you want it close to the counter or closer to the passenger seat. It also can actually drop down to form an additional bed if that's something you want. You just have to lower the table. There's a mounting place there, and then take the cushions from the seats and you can create a small bed. Now one thing I really like on the Promaster based chassis is that the front seats swivel quite easily to face the table. So there's no fussing, no opening doors, they just both turn cleanly and lock into place. On the Perspective model, the setup is similar, but because of the transit cab design, you typically need to open the doors a few inches in order to get the seats to swivel. It's not a big deal, but there's definitely a noticeable difference between the two chassis that way. The Promaster is also a little bit wider, so that gives you that little bit more of a roomy feel in it. The Promaster's chassis allows them to have about a 6'2" headroom. However, the Transit's a little higher. They're able to get 6'5", and also the Transit model is about 1 foot longer at 22 feet, whereas the Panoramic G is at 21 feet. Now above the dinette, you'll see a large opening skylight, and that really adds a lot of additional natural light and really brightens up the space. There's actually a bug screen and a window shade as well. And looking back from the skylight will actually give you a good sense of what the roof looks like on the Panoramic. And it looks like all the units actually come with a WineGuard Wi-Fi system, which is a nice touch. Now there's also a heating duct right under the dinette, which should keep the area warm on those cooler mornings. Overall, it's a comfortable, functional space for meals, working, or just relaxing. And for the way we camp, it would be really nice to have a true dinette layout instead of having to work off our kind of lounge bed system. In this particular model, you sleep east to west, so effectively side to side. Panoramic also offers the GL model, where the bed runs north-south. In the GL, you give up a little bit of hanging closet space, and the fridge drops to just a little over 3 cubic feet, but you gain more overhead cabinetry and a bit more storage under the bed. It's simply a different floor plan depending on what matters the most to you. Now moving into the bathroom, it's actually a good size for a Class B. Now there's no sink, so that frees up a little bit more interior space. And the floor is slightly angled. You've got the front a little wider than the rear, and that gives you a bit more room when you're showering or using the facilities. There's also a heating duct right beside the porcelain toilet. And I think in one of those classic Panoramic touches, you actually can set your shower temperature once, and it stays at that temperature every time you turn it on. Taking a look at the kitchen, well, right up front you've got a 2-element induction cooktop. And right next to that, a nice deep sink. And each Panoramic unit actually comes with its own unique backsplash photo. So each one is different in each van. And there's actually a small mirror on the back of that. The fridge is a 5.2 cubic foot compressor unit. It's tall, narrow, and with a freezer. It also includes a night mode switch so that you can keep things a little quieter while you're sleeping. And next to the fridge, there's a small microwave. Now, one thing worth noting, both the microwave and the air conditioner can be operated directly off the lithium batteries when you're not plugged in. It's thanks in part to the large battery bank and the 3,000 watt inverter. All right, let's just take a look above the sliding door. Here's actually where you've got the main control cluster. On-off switch, so basically the main battery switch, the battery monitor, solar panel monitor, the inverter, tank monitor, and then a second switch for the awning. So there is a switch right by the door, but if something needed to be retracted in a hurry, you've got that option here. This model actually comes with 600 amps of lithium batteries and 400 watts of solar, which is a solid setup for any off-grid camping. Your tank capacities are 35 gallons for fresh water, 24 gallons for gray water, and 16 gallons for black water. As far as storage, well, there's storage everywhere. You've got overhead cabinets at the front and above the bed. The kitchen also has 3 drawers on the side, including a large one with a garbage bin. There's also 3 drawers under the sink, plus a small hanging closet, and there's even a wine rack. And don't worry, if you don't want it to be a wine rack, apparently the shelves will actually come out. And a large storage area under the fridge. The bed actually also has a pull-up step, something to reduce the climb height, but it also has a small storage section within. There's a long upper storage compartment. A lot of RV owners refer to that as the pizza oven. In this case, it has a proper door, and there's a small light that will come on when you open the door, so just helpful if you're trying to see into that big space. And of course, being panoramic, you get all these windows around the bed space. There's also plenty of light switches, 12-volt outlets, and USB ports throughout the van. So charging devices or running small electronics is probably not going to be an issue. Let's talk a little bit about the climate system, if you will. So above the bed, you've got the Truma Venta air conditioner. And it's one of the quieter AC units on the market. Quiet enough that many people could possibly sleep with it running. For me, it's probably right on the edge, but it's still quieter than most RV units. You've also got the Truma heating and hot water controls just up on the corner of the bed. Now, the Truma system is an extremely quiet and very efficient system. There's also 5 heating ducts throughout the van. So you've got one on the floor, one under the dining table, one in the bathroom, one kind of at the foot of the bed, and then one under the bed in the storage area. So temperature should stay relatively consistent throughout the whole van. Panoramic also adds additional insulation throughout. The weak point, as always, will be the windows. That's a trade-off in any Class B. The windows, however, are awning style, so you can open them in the rain, and there's also a max air fan. So between the windows and the fan, you should be able to keep the van quite comfortable if it's not too hot outside. Okay, let's just talk about rear storage. So as I noted, for a Class B van, storage here is extensive. But you've got a large open area right at the back with several drawers on the driver's side that also allow for things like hoses and other gear to be stored. The freshwater tank and all the water lines here are inside, which actually would help in those shoulder season cold snaps. And the bed itself can actually be lifted up if you need to store taller items. So another nice touch back here is that Panoramic includes a manual crank for the electric awning. So if anything fails electronically, you could still retract it manually. So on the outside of the van above the sliding door is probably one of the best bug screens available. Rolef screens are at both the side of the van and at the rear. They're smooth, solid, and easy to roll out. And the bottom, at least on the side door, is weighted, and there's also a small magnet, so it actually sticks fairly well. Now moving farther down the van, you'll notice a 110 outlet, so if you wanted to run something like an induction stove outside, that could be an option. Now moving over to the driver's side, you'll see the gray and black tank handles, and the sewer hose stows just behind the rear wheel on the driver's side at the back. Now Panoramic had noted on a video they'd done that the black tank sometimes appears to be low, but in fact they noted that it's the same height as the other lower portions of the van, so it's about 7 inches off the ground. Another small but thoughtful detail, there's a light next to the power and city water connections, and it's controlled by a switch just inside the driver's door. And that same switch for the light also controls a light at the rear door. And that's kind of helpful if you're one of those people who shows up late and has to sit up after dark. Fortunately, that's rarely us. One thing I'll say about Panoramic, the small things really seem to matter to them. And you see it everywhere in this van. The shower temperature that just stays set, the manual crank for the awning just in case, the heating duct in the bathroom, the clean layout of the control panel, and the well-placed outlets and switches throughout. None of these things are really big headline features, but they actually are kind of thoughtful touches that make a difference when you're actually taking a van out and using it day to day. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Panoramic makes some great Class B vans. What I like in addition to their build quality is they add additional insulation throughout. They've got a comfortable bed system, the fact that you can get a proper dinette, there's a propane-free option, large lithium battery bank, and the excellent heating and hot water system. It just checks a lot of boxes for us. So if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And Mickey, Finch, and I will see you next time.